Hello and welcome to History's a Blast. Before we left Coudersport for our drive up here to the Finger Lakes region in New York, where we've been for about the last week, we took the opportunity to visit a couple of really unique sites. One of them is the Eliot Ness Museum. That's right, Eliot Ness Museum in Coudersport, not Chicago. And another one was a unique little roadside attraction called the Ice Mine. Very unique. We hope you'll enjoy these short visits, and stick around. The Eliot Ness Museum is in Coudersport's historical district, right on US Highway 6, and one of the many beautifully preserved storefronts in the small business district. After we tour the museum, we'll make stops at the picturesque Potter County Courthouse, the Eliot Ness home, where he lived during his all-too-brief time in Coudersport, a nearby truss bridge of historical significance over the Allegheny, and the well-preserved former railroad depot at the south end of town before we backtrack about a couple of miles to the ice mine. Coming into town from the east, we'll cross the mighty Allegheny River, a small creek here near the headwaters, and pass the picturesque Potter County Courthouse as we approach the museum. Due to the pandemic, the museum is open by appointment only, which we made by a friendly exchange of text messages with the director, Stephen Green.
What done in Cleveland, he completely turned Cleveland around so that it actually earned the nickname, the safest city in America. Now, but while he was in Cleveland, he had what he always felt was one of his biggest failures, which was a serial killer known as the Mad Butcher at the time in the 30s, which was really quite notorious and world famous. And he never was able to nail a guy. He thought he knew who it was. He was pretty convinced he knew who it was, but he was never able to close the case. And you'll find more about that in here too. And as I think I said to you, Ness was a role model for law enforcement his whole life. So we celebrate that in here. We celebrate you guys, we celebrate ATF. And when we have our festival, you know about our festival? Okay. ATF comes and we have all the law enforcement folks come. It's pretty cool. So you need to come for that.
I'll put up our next
FBI. We're not having this. We had the kid.
I'll talk that up at our next FBI retiree.
Absolutely.
Group meeting.
Absolutely.
Oh, Pierce arrow. Look at this thing. Wow. Beer truck. Look at the license plate on the front of the truck. Here's the real Untouchables. Here's the soup kitchen. Why Coudersport? Came here to invest in a company. This is where he told his story about the Untouchables. He died here of a heart attack, and the man who he told the story to wrote the book that was used for the TV series, and that's what made him famous. Nobody would have ever heard of him. There's Robert Stack, star of the TV series. And there's Kevin Costner and Sean Connery in the movie. And there's the reenactment troupe for their annual festival. which they're going to bring back next year. A little video theater here with information about Ness's career.
In 1936.
Story of the FBI. Autographed by none other than J. Edgar Hoover. Built in 1853, with its roof remodeled to a steeper pitch in 1888, this is one of the oldest county courthouses still serving its original function in Pennsylvania. Its last major renovation was in the 1930s, when a Civil Works Administration program paid for the basement to be excavated for more office space and the pouring of concrete footings under the walls. Civil War Memorial. Eliot Ness's home is just a block away. Ness came to Coudersport in 1956. He had left law enforcement for the private sector and things were not going well for him. His health was poor, aggravated by heavy drinking. In May of 1957, he collapsed in the kitchen with a fatal heart attack. He was 54. Eliot Ness had recently approved the galley proofs of The Untouchables, the book that inspired the TV series starring Robert Stack that ran from 1959 to 1963. His premature death on the verge of financial security is one of those sad ironies of history. Now that little bridge beckons. This is the bridge over the mighty Allegheny. It turns out that this little bridge was moved here for restoration and reuse as a pedestrian bridge in 2011, after more than a century as a road bridge 3 blocks to the north of where it sits today. This is the Allegheny River in Potter County. Built in 1883, it is one of the first all-steel trusses ever. The steel arches were retrofitted in 1983. I love trusses. Now let's check out the train station. Well, it'd be nice if there was a sign that said what railroad it was. Let's see if there's an historic marker on the other side here. Coudersport and Port Allegheny, I guess. Ice mine, road open 4 miles. A prospector named Billy O'Neill discovered the ice mine, actually a cave, in 1894 while he was searching for silver. There's the ice mine. Operated as a roadside tourist attraction for decades, the place closed in 1990 and was derelict until 2013. When the present owners bought it and rehabilitated it. Gee. In a bizarre natural phenomenon caused by a confluence of terrain, geology, and groundwater, ice begins to form in the spring and melts in the fall. Can we go downstairs anywhere?
No, it's just right here.
Oh, this is it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you can see some nice down
Oh, help me.
Usually all the ice is down in the hole and you can look down in
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, look at it. Go over here and look down over here. Oh yeah, there's lights down there. Don't drop your camera, Bagel.
Yeah, really.
I really like the outcropping. Now some might call this a ripoff, but we think it's worth seeing. If only because there just aren't that many throwbacks to the days before the interstate sped things up and relegated small-town America to the ash heap of history. Nice minerals. Coonskin caps. And my dad would never let me have a coonskin cap. Fess Parker was our idol when we were in grade school, playing Daniel Boone, who himself never wore a coonskin cap actually. But I finally got to wear a coonskin cap at the ice mine in Coudersport, Pennsylvania. Yay! That's it for this time. I hope you enjoyed this video and will take time to view some of our other ones. Thanks for watching. Please click the thumbs up icon to like the video and share with your friends via email or social media. I'd love to have you subscribe, and if you do, please click the little bell icon so you'll get notifications whenever I post a new video. Goodbye.